Now to some breaking news, and fire crews are responding to a bushfire at Leura in the Blue Mountains west of Sydney. Several homes are reportedly under threat. There have been 3 fires deliberately lit around the Katoomba area this afternoon, and we'll bring you more on this as it comes to hand. To our developing story now, and firefighters are battling a number of bushfires in Leura, west of Sydney this afternoon. Damien Smith joins me now from the 7 newsroom. Good afternoon, Damien. What do we know about the fires?
Yes, good afternoon, Talitha. Now, fire crews were called to Olympian Parade in Leura, west of Sydney, late this afternoon. Following reports, a number of bushfires had broken out in the area. Now, crews are saying a number of homes, we're hearing 7 at this stage, are under threat and being impacted by fire. Now, that means fire is touching the house, if not igniting them. Now, the pictures you're seeing at the moment were taken some time ago, not too long, but long enough ago that perhaps those fires have advanced further than that and are encroaching well upon those houses. Now, the Rural Fire Service has released a statement. Under the current conditions, the fires are moving very quickly and are hard to contain. They're also worried embers are blowing up to 4 kilometres ahead of the blaze, sparking spot fires. Now, it has been unusually hot here in Sydney and in the western suburbs over the past few days, with temperatures reaching 30 degrees and hotter in some areas. Now, this has added to firefighters being especially worried about grass fires this year, particularly given the damp winter we've had. We have heard early reports that more fires have been deliberately lit around the Katoomba area, which is just near Leura this afternoon. Now, residents are being urged to keep up to date with the fire's progress on local radio or the Rural Fire Service website. People near the blaze are being urged to find safety, preferably away from the fire, but if necessary, in or near a solid structure inside their homes. I've just been handed a note saying that the RFS is also using 3 helicopters to try to douse that fire. Talitha.
OK, thank you. Damien Smith there in the Sydney newsroom.
To breaking news now, and a bushfire is threatening homes in the Blue Mountains west of Sydney this afternoon. They're the latest pictures we've got in our newsroom. That blaze broke out at Leura. We understand 7 homes are right now under threat. Residents in Olympian Parade are being told to prepare to evacuate. As I say, the latest pictures we've got in our newsroom. We'll have more on the story when we get some fresh details for you. We do have an update now on the fire threatening homes in the Blue Mountains west of Sydney. On the phone is Deputy New South Wales Fire Commissioner Rob Rogers. Rob, thanks for your time. Tell us what's the latest on the fire. Whereabouts is it burning right now?
Good afternoon. Look, there's been several fires in the Blue Mountains around the Leura area this afternoon. The fire that's causing us most concern is in what's called Olympian Parade, and that fire is burning behind properties, and there's fire appliances protecting around 10 homes. There's helicopters there also. We also have reports of a new fire in Queens Road in a similar area. So obviously there is multiple ignitions up there at the moment, and what we'd ask is that certainly sightseers keep away from that area. There's a lot of emergency services going into that area at the moment, and we'll be working very hard to get these fires under control before deteriorating conditions with strong winds forecast for tomorrow. All
right, Rob Rogers, thanks very much for joining us at such short notice this afternoon. I know it's very busy, appreciate it, and we'll have full details in Sydney's 6 p.m. news this afternoon.
To some breaking news now, and residents and properties in the Blue Mountains are under threat from a bushfire emergency. As locals did what they could to stop the flames, fire crews battled from the ground and the sky in severe weather conditions. Officials say the blaze on Olympian Parade in Leura is out of control.
I picked up the fire just next door here, and I gave up gardening and popped into this.
The Rural Fire Service says up to 10 properties are in serious danger. It's warning locals to take shelter and to protect themselves.
Tonight, the battle to save homes under threat from Blue Mountains bushfires. Travel thrown into chaos for thousands of Qantas passengers. Back from the dead, the man who died during the Sydney Half Marathon. We reveal the road signs that are driving Sydney crazy. Plus, Aussie actor Guy Pearce wins a prestigious Emmy Award.
This is 7 News with Chris Barth.
Good evening. 4 bushfires believed to have been deliberately lit are threatening at least 10 homes tonight in the Blue Mountains. Aerial bombing is underway to douse the 4 blazes, 3 at Katoomba and another at Leura.
What mountain residents fear most: fire, terrifyingly close to homes at Lura. It's burning below Olympian Parade at the south end of town. Crews from 10 fire trucks are fighting the flames, along with at least 3 helicopters, dumping as much water as they can carry. Des Moday is one threatened homeowner, joining the effort with his own fire hose. He says it came up fast, the firefighters just as quick to respond.
They were here almost before I telephoned. Oh, they marched into it right away.
There's also been a fire at Katoomba, but that's under control. There are fears these fires were deliberately lit, but that's unconfirmed. Arsonists have struck around here before.
The cause of the fire is being investigated by the police and both services at this time.
The Rural Fire Service says its priority is to get the fire under control. It's a bad day for it. The temperature was up to 25 degrees with low humidity and wind gusts around 32 kilometres an hour. Tomorrow could be worse, with a stronger westerly change due to arrive in the early afternoon. Damien Smith, 7 News.
Reporter Sean Berry is in the 7 News chopper and has just sent us this update on the Lura fire.
Chris, at the moment, around 4 firefighting helicopters are literally cycling in one after the other over the top of this fire that is still burning. They're dumping bucket loads of water on it as we speak. The street itself, which is on the other side of the houses to the fire, that is absolutely covered at the moment. You can see red and blue sirens of a large number of fire trucks down there, and between the helicopters work and the ground crews work, it appears to be doing the job. The fire has definitely gone down significantly since a short while ago. There's not as much smoke. They seem to be winning it. There's also been helped because the wind in the area has certainly dropped down in the last short while, and at the moment things are looking slightly better, but it is a very bad looking start to the warmer weather for this summer, and that is, we've got 4 fires in the Blue Mountains alone in the past 2 hours, all of which we believe have been lit deliberately. Back to you, Chris.
Back now to the bushfires threatening homes in the Blue Mountains, and fire crews appear to be getting on top of the blaze at Olympian Parade in Lura. Up to 10 homes were under threat from a fire which is believed was deliberately lit. Fire crews are being supported by 4 helicopters in trying to contain that blaze and 3 others around Katoomba. Crews have reportedly found several packets of fire lighters. A further update now on the Blue Mountains bushfires, and the danger appears to have passed for residents at Lura, where a blaze earlier threatened homes. Fire crews also have the upper hand on blazes burning at Katoomba. Water bombing helicopters have returned to base because it's now too dark to fly safely. The hunt's begun for arsonists who left behind packets of fire lighters.
Tonight, breaking news, Sydney's first bushfires, homes under threat. Tony Abbott plays hardball, leaving the Prime Minister stranded. A major security alert causes big delays at the airport. Amazing escape, the couple who got out of this alive. And Guy Pearce wins an Emmy as Rachel Taylor shines.
This is 9 News with Peter Overton.
Good evening. Firefighters are battling to control a bushfire raging in the Blue Mountains. At least 7 homes have been evacuated at Lura. Lizzie Pearl joins us with the latest. Lizzie.
Well, Pete, an emergency warning is in place for Lura in the Blue Mountains at the moment. As you said, 7 homes are under threat, and
it looks like we've lost our sound to Lizzie. We do apologise. There was a fire at Katoomba earlier in the afternoon, but this fire is still going at Lura in the Blue Mountains. 7 homes under threat. Residents around the area near the fire front are being told to prepare for potential evacuations. We do have some information now from the Rural Fire Service.
We'll need to understand that we'll have some difficulty in containing these fires overnight, and we're expecting up to 85 km/h northwesterly winds tomorrow, and those conditions will prove extremely trying.
So the first big bushfire for our Rural Fire Service, and we do wish and give our positive thoughts to the people in Lura tonight. Any more updates, we'll bring them to you during this bulletin. A quick update on the bushfire in the Blue Mountains. The blaze at Leura is being brought under control. Several homes had to be evacuated. Earlier, a separate fire at Katoomba was brought under control.
Bushfires in the Blue Mountains amid warnings of a disastrous dry season. Fire crews in the Blue Mountains have been battling the first major bushfire of the season. The blaze threatened several houses near Leura. The Rural Fire Service says the fire no longer poses a danger to properties, although crews are expected to stay at the scene for some hours. Authorities say there may still be some road closures as trucks and equipment are moved out of the area. The Weather Bureau says winds will ease overnight but will become gusty tomorrow ahead of a cool change.